First stop, Tackle World, Marky. Getting into the legs. Which one? There we go. One down, two to go.
Yeah, the boys. Good.
Thanks, mate. Righto, minimum effort, maximum flavour. Apple cinnamon barbecue reduced pulled venison. Just you wait, you will absolutely love this. Real basic, right? Canned tomato, cinnamon, paprika, chili flakes, Worcestershire, soy sauce, cracked pepper, garlic, onion, fresh apples, brown sugar, rosemary, 4 beers, stubby holder. Vital you get this bit right. First things first, you want to put the beer inside the stubby holder. Insulation is everything. Give it a crack, that's the sound you want to hear. Now, next, here we have the shoulder. I decided to keep the shoulder, gave away the 2 back legs and the other shoulder, and I've also got the back straps. So, first things first, you want this to turn into this. Right, now, that is going to just sit here nicely, like a good little venison shoulder should. When you're slow cooking, really simple. All the ingredients go in, you put the lid on, you walk away. So easy, and the ingredients, you can cut them exactly how you want. So, important rule when coming to knives, a blunt knife is a dangerous knife. You want a sharp knife, right? Onion, nice round bits, probably 4. And we're just going to put those on the bottom of the tray, just like that. Apples, I've washed these, I promise. Exactly the same. Bang. Right, now garlic. When it comes to garlic, it's simple. You can never, ever have enough. So if it says 1 or 2 cloves in a recipe, put the whole bulb in. You can literally leave the skin on. The other thing you can do, give it a bit of a crush with the knife on its side. Put a few in there, just like that. Now, rosemary, never ever buy rosemary. It grows everywhere, seriously. Any house, any pub, any schoolyard, rosemary grows. Never ever buy it, it's just rude. Chuck a bit of rosemary in the bottom. The shoulder's obviously way too big for my pot, so we're just going to take a few cuts of meat, chuck it in. The rest of the meat, it's not going to waste, it's going straight in the jerky bowl for later on. So the shoulder, doesn't really matter which bit you want to take, and don't be afraid if you get a bit of bone, a bit of gristle, a bit of fat, it's all flavour. So literally that nice chunk there, cut that in half, get a bit more juice in, chuck that in. Best thing about this, if you have a friend, a partner, whoever, who's a bit, I don't want to eat venison, just tell them it's something else. Tell them it's beef, tell them it's lamb, tell them it's goat. Seriously, with this dish, you can make venison taste that good. People believe anything. When it comes to portions and ratios, I just like to wing it. So, can of tomatoes, lob that in. Soy sauce, love soy, bit of salt. And the other bit of salt in the dish is going to be coming from the stock. Worcester, be generous, don't hold back. Cinnamon, 2 whole quills. Use quills, don't use the powder. These have way more flavour. Chili, get a bit of chili in there. Chili flakes or fresh chili, doesn't matter. It's still going to taste good. And a little bit of paprika, just bring a bit of richness to it. The rest of the garlic, pepper, you can never ever have too much. And brown sugar. What we're going to actually do is, once this meat's slow cooked, we're going to take the meat out and then strain all the sauce and reduce the sauce heavily. So that sugar is going to give us the caramelization and that rich, sweet barbecue flavour. And then the reduction is going to really intensify that apple and cinnamon, and it's going to be so good. Sugar, I will put a recipe up at the end of this, but recipes are guidelines only, and recipes were made to be broken. So, bit of sugar, another apple, lob that in, rest of that rosemary, get it in there, and you know what, another can of Tommy's. Thank you. We're going to get stock. You can use beef stock, chicken stock, vegetarian stock, any stock you want to use. If you've got liquid stock, stock cubes, doesn't matter. I'm going to be using stock cubes. I'm going to boil the kettle first. That way this is already going to be hot. So when it goes on the slow cooker doesn't have to do all the work. Now slow cookers are simple. Literally just fill it with stock above the meat level, give it a bit of a stir, get the flavours in there. I like to put it on high because I don't have time to wait. Just keep an eye on it every 2 hours, pop in, make sure that liquid hasn't dropped below the meat. You don't want the meat out above the surface. I'm looking at 5 to 6 hours, okay, until like that meat is going to be where I want it. Simple as that. Time to rehydrate. Right, so I've just put the pot on, I've come back out, I've started getting the rest of the meat off that shoulder for jerky. You will not believe this. You all saw my shot this morning, right? Clean headshot, right between the ears, back of the head. It's exited the cheek, and if the way the deer's sitting, there's no way that bullet could have gone anywhere else but straight through the cheek into the ground. Check this out. So I've got the leg, and just above the knee, or right in the shoulder, look at this, a bullet. There is a bullet in the shoulder. How cool is that? How strong are these animals? This thing has been shot and it still survives, so they're just such hardy animals. So the sauce is on high. We're going to bring that to the boil. Once it's boiling, reduce the heat and let it simmer. That can take up to 1 or 2 hours. You want all that flavour compacted into one neat little sauce. And then with the meat, quite simple. Just going to get it, make sure you washed your hands, and just pull the meat apart. This meat is seriously just falling apart. Now you can use 2 forks and do this in the bowl or in that dish. But if you cook the meat correctly, you shouldn't even need forks. It should just literally fall apart using your fingertips. Well, here we have our 2 final products. The pulled venison, absolutely epic, great texture and a really nice subtle flavour of apple in that. And the reduced sauce. This has been in the fridge a while to cool down, so it's a little bit thicker, but the flavour in that is just mind-blowing. Now it's obviously as simple as putting that with that, mix it together and have it how you like. Tonight I'm going to have it on a baked potato, bit of grilled cheese, sour cream, chives. It's going to taste fantastic. Another thing I like to do with this is section it off into single portions, wrap it up, pop it in the freezer, defrost it, chuck it in a nice fresh bread roll. The best lunch you'll ever have. Now if you've got any feedback on this recipe, any ideas or any suggestions, be sure to drop it in the comments below. And if you want to see more great cooking like this, be sure to hit subscribe. Thanks guys, recipe now.